Hey guys, Tom War here, bringing you my Raidraptor deck profile. This is one of my favorite decks to play, overshadowed by only one other deck, which I will be explaining in my next video. It's a bit of a play on my Raidraptor deck, but this is my pure Raidraptor deck. Probably one of my most competitive decks, one of my most consistent decks, and if anyone that's watching this video has ever played against or does play Raid Raptors, they'll know how trolly it can be with Ultimate Falcon. But without further ado, let's get into the deck. So the first thing that we do is I run three Lastrix. Lastrix is a card you absolutely need in this deck. There is no reason not to have this card in your deck. You need it. You summon Lastrix. You you tribute it to summon out Satellite, Cannon, Falcon. You use your rank up magic to get an Ultimate Falcon. Turn 1, that's the best play this deck can make. This deck relies so heavily on this card, as well as other cards in the deck, but if there's one card you can't live without, it is Lastrix. My favorite card, and he's got the nifty bonus of when a Raid Raptor is attacked, you can special summon him and gain life points equal to the number of Raid Raptor cards on the field that you control. Great card to have. Next, I have one Bolster Strix. He's a level 4 Raid Raptor. He goes into either Utopia or my Raid Raptor Fortress Strix. Other than that, he's just another Raid Raptor card in the deck. In my other deck, I don't even use him. But just a good card. Uh, he's nice because he's also like a little hand trap in a sense. When another Raid Raptor is targeted for an attack by my opponent, I can banish this card from my hand to destroy the attacking monster. That's great. Unfortunately, in my meta that I currently play, there's a lot of Blue Eyes decks, so unfortunately he doesn't get used too much. But it is really nifty against other cards that don't have the I'm immune to card effect cards. Next, I have three Lantis. As soon as I have my Raid Raptor out, or any of my other XYZ cards, I can special summon this card, which is great because I use him combined with another Raid Raptor level 4 to go into Utopia. Utopia then goes into Hope Dragon, and I'll explain that later in a bit. But again, great card, great card. Next, we have Avenging Vulture. When I take damage, I can special summon this card from my hand. I cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck this turn except for Raid Raptor monsters. Who cares? In my opponent's turn, he hits me for damage. I special summon this to protect me from taking more damage, or if I was only attacked the one time, this gives me a level 4, so next turn I can get another level 4 out, and boom. There's Utopia, or I use Cattle Call, and boom, there's my Ultimate Falcon. Great card to have. Next, I have my Raidraptor Vanishing Lantis. If this card was normal summon, I can special summon a level 4 lower Raptor monster from my hand. So that's any Raidraptor monster. So that's Strix, that is Bolster, that is Stinging, that is Avenging Vulture, that is uh, Mimicry Lantis. The, I can't say anything bad for this card. This card is great. Just to get up my rank 4 plays, fantastic. Next, I play one Mimicry Lantis. This card is used primarily just as another level 4. But if I do summon, I could increase the levels of my Raid Raptor cards. In this deck, I don't need to do that though. But, whatever. If it's sent to the graveyard this turn, I can banish the card and add Raid Raptor card from my deck to my hand, which means I'm searching out my Strix. Always, always, always first target for anything in this deck. Next, I play one Tribute Lantis. When this card is normal special summon, I can send one Raid Raptor card from my deck to the graveyard, so I'm ditching Fuzzy so I can add a Fuzzy to my hand. If this card is destroyed by an opponent's monster by battle in my main phase 2, I can add a rank up magic card to my hand, which is great because I need my rank up magic cards in my hand. However, normally in my main phase 2, he's not usually getting destroyed by my opponent's card effect, but if he did, it's great. It's just a great option card to have, and he's level for Raidraptor cards. So again, no complaints here. Next, probably one of the funny trolley cards of my deck is Fuzzy. When this card is sent to the graveyard, I can add another Fuzzy from my deck to my hand. That is fantastic. And when this card is summoned, I can special summon another. Yeah, sorry, I cannot. Pretty much. Sorry, I got a little confused with the cards there. Pretty much, he can be special summoned with another card, so I can special summon my Force Strix. So that would be uh, banishing to special summon him, so I can go into my Force Strix. But normally he's just there if I have no cards in my hand and this card is destroyed. I can then add another Fuzzy, so he's used for Twin Twister targets, for just having on the field as a defense position monster, and like I said, for every other card in this deck, he's level 4 Raidraptor, so no complaints here. Best spell card in the deck, Rank Up Magic Skip Force. Holy crap, this card is good. This card is used in conjunction with my Last Strix or Catapult to get my Falcons out, my Ultimate Falcons out, and if anything else has just not gone right, I'm using it to summon Cattle Call to summon Ultimate Falcon, using my rank up magic to then go into the Seven Sins. This card is great, and then when there is an XYZ Raidraptor card in the graveyard, I can banish this card to special summon it. This card is a staple of the deck, and it is possibly the best card in the deck other than Last Strix. However, Last Strix really doesn't work without rank up magic. So I mean, they're both of them are the best cards in the deck. Next, I have one rank up magic Astral Force. This card I normally use to get Hope Dragon out. Best thing about this card, as another rank up card, when this card is sent to the graveyard, I can skip my draw phase instead to add this card from my graveyard back to my hand. Holy crap, that's fantastic. That means I'm getting out 2 Raidraptors, I'm getting out 2 Hope Dragons, what have you. It's always good to have a rank up magic card in your hand. Like I said, though, this normally goes with my Utopia to make Hope Dragon, but it could be used to make my Ultimate Falcon, or what have you. Great card to have. Next, I have Rank Up Magic Soul Shave Force. This is my everything's going wrong. I only have, like 1,500 life points left. I will use this card. Or in a real pinch, I will use it. Same thing as my other 2 rank up magic cards, except I have to give up half my life points to target one Raidraptor card in my XYZ monster in my graveyard to special summon it. Whew. Sorry, reverse that. To target, man, I can target one Raidraptor XYZ monster in my graveyard, special summon it, then special summon from my extra deck one XYZ monster that is 2 ranks higher. So that is Ultimate Falcon and Seven Sins, or what have you, or Satellite and Ultimate Falcon. But like I said, it's normally used as a last resort card. I could obviously use it earlier, but I don't want to pay 4,000 points for Falcon, even though he's worth every life point I could spend to get him. This card is usually held until it's like, okay, I'm losing the duel, I have one last play, and this is it. Next, 3 Cattle Call. Holy crap, Cattle Call is fantastic. Instead of using Last Strix, this card uses any Raidraptor card on my field. I target it, destroy it, summon a Raidraptor card, and then if I have a rank up magic, I lay into Ultimate Falcon from Satellite Falcon, or I will play Ultimate Falcon and then just special summon Seven Sins over top of him. Cattle Call is a great card to have. Never, never don't want to see Cattle Call in my hand. Next, I play 2 Twin Twisters to get rid of my opponent's back row. Like I said, I used Fuzzy for this one. I play Twin Twisters, discard Fuzzy to add a Fuzzy to my hand, so I really don't lose anything, and it helps clear out my deck. Next, I have 2 Allure of Darkness, because all of my Raidraptor cards are dark, so I've never once had it where I didn't need, I didn't have a dark monster to banish from my hand, so I play 2. Uh, I would play 3. If I did play 3, I would definitely get rid of the next card to add another Allure, but I've never been in a situation where I felt I need 3 Allure, so that's the only reason that I do have my one Mystic Plasma Zone. It's more just a fun card because I increase the attack of all my dark monsters by 500 points. I decrease the defense by 400. Who cares? Because it's for my dark monsters, that means Ultimate Falcon, Satellite Falcon, or any of my other Raidraptor cards that I have gain the attack boost. It's just a fun card to have. I mean, does it really help? Does it win duels? No. Could I easily get rid of it for anything else? Yes. Why haven't I done that? Just because. There's no real reason. Get rid of it. Add another Twin Twister. Add another Allure. What have you. Add pretty much add insert here card. Next, Raidraptor Call. Target one Raidraptor monster you control. Special summon one monster with the same name as it. That is allowing me to summon two Fuzzies, two Strix, two Stinging Lantis, two Avenging, whatever. Two of those to go into Utopia, to then go into my Hope Dragon. Great, fantastic card. Get rid of this to add another one of my Raidraptor calls. The only reason I play one is because I feel that the deck has an easy enough time going into my extra deck without needing more of these, but I mean, if you added more, it wouldn't be a bad card to have. Next, I have one Raidraptor Nest. If I have two Raidraptor cards, I can search a Raidraptor monster from my deck and add it to my hand. So, any two Raidraptor cards on the field, play this, and I search out my last Strix. Great card to have, or I mean, I could search out a Fuzzy if I really needed to, but it's always Strix. Next, I play the one Instant Fusion to summon Norden, because Norden then returns one of my Raidraptors from my graveyard to summon Utopia. Pretty standard card to have in pretty much any deck that can use rank 4s. Next, the staple one Regeki for all the board clear. Next, Upstart Goblin. I mean, I will gladly net 0 in one turn to draw a card. If my opponent gains 1,000, then loses 1,000 with Ultimate Falcon. I'm fine with that to draw one card. Next, I have Solemn Warning and Solemn Strike. For all the negate effects, I don't need more than one Solemn Strike. Like I said in videos before, I don't like having more than just the one. I think one is fine, but if you wanted to run more, you definitely could. Next, Vanity's Emptiness. I have Ultimate Falcon on the field. I am playing Vanity's Emptiness, locking my opponent out for game. There's very little they can do at that point, if anything. The only thing they're going to do is Twin Twister or MST this card, and, or, you know, I guess they could warning it, but I don't care at that point, really, because unless you're special summoning it, you're not going to get over my Ultimate Falcon. I've never seen it done. So, Vanity's Emptiness, for any deck, it's a GG if this card's out with a boss monster. Then I also play the one Compulsory Evacuation Device, just to get rid of a problematic card. I mean, get rid of an alternative dragon, get rid of, you know, some annoying Zodiac XYZ monster if I can, or force him to discard a XYZ to negate the effect, so then I can crash into it with Ultimate Falcon. So that is it for the main deck. For my extra deck, I play two Hope Dragon because I have two Utopias. Um, there's nothing bad about Hope Dragon. Like I said, I use my rank up magic Astral Force to summon Hope Dragon with Utopia. Uh, once per turn, I can target one number of monsters in the graveyard and special summon in defense position, but its effects are gated, which is great. When my opponent activates an effect that targets this card specifically, I detach Utopia from this card to negate the activation and destroy that card. So he has a built-in protection mechanism. Nothing bad to say about it, and he's a 4,000 point beat stick. So, a great card. If this card's out with Vanity's Emptiness, good luck to my opponent. Next, I play number 77, the Seven Sins, because this goes over top of Ultimate Falcon if I wasn't able to get out Satellite to make him. So I play Ultimate Falcon with Cattle Call, go into this as a 4,000 point beat stick. Also, I can detach two XYZ materials to banish as many special summon monsters that my opponent controls. So he's like a Black Rose Moonlit Dragon on steroids. But normally he's just used to go over Ultimate Falcon so that I don't lose him to Cattle Call. Next, I play the key card of the deck. I play 3 copies of Ultimate Falcon. This card is fantastic, immune to card effects. Um, at the end turn, if my opponent controls no monsters, he takes 1,000 points of damage. If he has monsters on the field, they lose 1,000 attacks. So in one turn, he's already more powerful than Doesn't Matter Dragon, than Armored Photon. What is it? Armored. What is it? Armored Galaxy Eyes Dragon. He's more powerful than pretty much. He's more powerful than Obelisk if Obelisk can lose attack points. I'm not sure about that one. I think he might be immune. But you get my point. Or it just means that anything lower than him is just gonna my opponent's just gonna take even more life point damage. Uh, there's I couldn't say enough good things about this card. This card is fantastic. A must-have for the Raidraptor deck. He makes this deck as competitive as it is. Next, I have 3 Satellite Falcon Cannons because I summon Satellite Falcon Cannon with Cattle Call or Last Strix, and then I use Rank Up Magic to go into Ultimate Falcon. So he is a stepping stone for Ultimate Falcon. And then if I need to, I can detach this card from Ultimate Falcon to reduce the attack of my opponent's monsters by 1,000. So great card to have. Next, I have Raidraptor Force Strix. This card is to be used if I special summon Fuzzy because I can't special summon any non-Raid Raptor cards that turn, so I go into Strix with Fuzzy and whatever other level 4s on the field. Next, I have my 2 Utopias to go into my 2 Hope Dragons. That's pretty much why he's in the deck. Next, I have Cowboy. I don't need Cowboy in the deck, but I've had too many times where I've gotten my opponent down to like 100 life points, 200 life points, 799 life points, 800 life points, whatever. And I haven't had Cowboy in the deck, and I've had 2 level 4s in the field. So after the last time that happened, now I don't use any decks that run level 4s without having a Cowboy in my extra deck. And then finally, I have Norden, like I said, Instant Fusion, summon Norden, summon any other Raidraptor card from the graveyard, use Norden and that card to go into Utopia, or Giga for game. So, guys, that is my Raidraptor deck. It is my most competitive deck, except for the deck to follow. I hope you guys enjoy this. I highly, highly recommend anyone that plays Yu-Gi-Oh! To try this deck out. This deck is so much fun to play. There's Raidraptor cards that I don't use that you can definitely try. Like I said, get rid of that one field spell card, get another Allure, get another Warning, get another, you know, uh, Nest, get another Call, what have you. So guys, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Leave a comment below, tell me what you think of the deck or what I could improve on the deck. I'm always open to hear different people's ideas and just to see what other people are doing. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. Peace.